Welcome back to Super Paper Mario. Now, we're not gonna head into Chapter 4 quite yet, because we actually have to go back to Chapter 3 for one quick thing. This is purely optional. If you don't want to do this, then you don't have to do this. But what you can come to Chapter 3 for is, just walk over here to this bush. Let's go over here to this bush. Whoa, oh no, you want to hear the 3 tips again? Just say the word. Can't you see? That's really not necessary. Mario already saved me. No more hints? No way, you defeated Francis? Whoa, 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 slow down, that's huge news. I'm just glad I could help with the daring mission to infiltrate the nerd lair. So, I guess there's no need for me to stay here and give out tips. I guess I've done my job. I've got nothing to do now. Oh hey, how about I tag along with you guys? Well, I've made up my mind. I'm coming along, whether you want me or not. And with that, we have Barry, the prickly pixel, has joined our team. He is basically a barrier that lasts for about 2 seconds. Sort of helpful in some situations, other occasions not so helpful. But like I said, this is purely optional. You do not need Barry to complete the game, but it could be a helpful pixel every now and then. So now we are going to finally go into Chapter 4. So we're just going to use our return bot to go back to Flipside. So now we are going to head into Chapter 4. So let's go. Let's do this. Through the fierce battle against Francis, Tippy and the Mario gang grew closer. Behind the 4th door lay a whole new world that beckoned to them both. What awaited was vaster and stranger than anything they had encountered so far. In order to claim the pure heart, they would have to endure new far-out trials. Stars everywhere. I believe we're in outer space. Almost certainly. What troubles you, Mario? Yes, of course. We seem to be lacking air. You need that, don't you? Oh, gracious me. What am I to do? Well, let me see. Then, well, but, so... Hey, please wake up. You're alright, aren't you? Oh, thank goodness. I don't really know how I got us all out of there, it just sorta happened. We won't last out there as we are. Perhaps we should ask Merlin's advice. So we cannot continue to Chapter 4 until we have something that will help us breathe outside. Maybe some type of helmet or something. Well, I'm gonna show you exactly where we're supposed to do so we can have something breathing apparatus for ourselves. So, like I said, let's go over to, like Tippy said, let's go over to Merlin's place. Oh, that was certainly quick work. You've already found the next pure heart? No, Merlin. That door led us straight into outer space. Space, oh ho, I imagine that was an unwelcome surprise. Yes, there was no air, so Mario and his friends couldn't breathe. What do we do? Well, if you had a space helmet, you would be alright, I imagine. And you have one? Of course I don't have one. But I imagine that even something like a space helmet would suffice. And I just so happen to... Oh, blast it. What now? Oh, double blast it all. I cleaned out my shelves the other day. Yes, I had the perfect thing, but I was making space and I gave it to someone in town. To who? Oh, just some random boy. It seemed more convenient than recycling it. You must find that boy and explain the situation. Get it back from him. So now we have to go find someone with a bowl thing-mabobber. So anyway, what you're going to want to do is go up to where we found the first heart pillar in the first prologue. I don't want to talk to you. Get out of my way. Get out of my way. You're gonna want to talk to this kid right here. Huh? Did Merlon give me something like a helmet? You mean this fishbowl? Yeah, I kept it Captain Gill's here in a cup, but then he got too big. Yeah, that's why I get real happy when I got to this fishbowl. Thing is, now the captain got so big, the bowl got so big for him. So small. Hey, I know, maybe you could find a place to set Captain Gill's free for me. Captain deserves freedom, then you get the fishbowl. That's good, huh? But where can he go? All I want to know is that he'll be nearby at all times. He got to help me. So now, what you want to do is head to... not the floor right below Merlon's, but the floor just below that, the basement floor of Flipside. So you're gonna want to take the elevator down. And then you're gonna want to take another elevator down. And right here is where you want to dump off the fish. And now the fishbowl's empty. So now we have a sort of space helmet kind of thing. But before we head over to chapter 4, if you flip to 3D right here, you have a... What we get here is the internet card. And with that, now we can head back to... not use Barry's power, but that's how you use Barry's power. The return pipe back to Flipside Tower to begin chapter 4 now. And with the space helmet on, well, what do you think? Can you breathe now? Now we are going to go search for the pure heart. So, basically, this is a big space adventure, and if you flip to 3D while you're in space, it actually makes it harder to travel, so don't flip to 3D unless there are times where you're going to want to. But anyway, you're going to want to find these SOS thingamabobbers and the shiny little glittering thing right here, so just pull out Tippy and use her powers to identify what is here. There's something here. What in the world is this? Why was this hidden here? Just go over to it and just interact with the weird spaceship thingamabobber. Squirp. Squirple, squeak, squinks. Morning, Squirp. Oh dear, who are you? An alien, perhaps? You're the ones looking for the pure heart, Squirple. Cuter than I thought. How do you know about the pure heart, and about us? Are you allied with Count Black? I demand answers. No scary faces. You can call me Squirps. I'm your captain, Squirp. And if you want the pure heart, we need to work together. Whatever do you mean? Please explain yourself. Squirps can't tell much now, but you must trust Squirps. We won't be doing that. We just met you and... You heed the captain. You are a space grunt now, and this is the only rule. Your only responses should be yes sir and gotcha. Understood? Gotcha. Squack. Looks like you understand your place. Are you okay with this? Yeah, if you say so. Great, let's get ready then. Score formation. So now we're gonna need, the Pure Heart is way later on in the chapter, just like any other chapter. Basically what you're gonna want to do is power up, so press A for 5 or 6 seconds, and once you've built up enough energy, then we can go. Success! That'll open up this gateway, which we can head towards. Squall. We're not even close to the destination. Is that all the power you have? Good for nothing space grunt. Squarf was an idiot for thinking you had more. Well, good for nothings have their own good for nothing ways of moving. There's ways to go before we reach the Pure Heart. We have to space swim. No matter how much energy you even put into Squirps, you will. As far as you're not gonna get very far. So there's no way to like use more energy or something because you just can't. So anyway, you're gonna want the way to go through here is just use Squirps as a kind of gun kind of thing and press 2 to shoot the enemies. Now I'm flipping to 3D here because I know behind one of these is a catch card. Ah, there it is, way over there. And we got a photon card, which is not these enemies right there. We'll encounter a photon I don't think in this chapter yet, but anyway, continue on through here. Now, just continue on. Oh look, there's a photon right there. There's one right there. Anyway, continue on until you reach 2 warp zones. There should be 2 coming up in a while. It doesn't really matter which one of these two you take. They essentially take you to the same place. One just takes you a little bit further than the other one. So don't worry about that at all. That one up there is the bottom one, I believe, that takes you to this spot. So don't worry about it. What you want to do is head over to this warp zone right here. This is another enemy called a Warpig, which will kind of annoying because they're hard to hit sometimes, but I wouldn't worry about them too much. Now flip to 3D here, and behind here is a catch card, SP. So if you want to go through this warp zone, there is a catch card at the end of it, but it's unnecessary. So anyway, actually no, this is the warp zone we have to go through. Just at the other end, there's a warp zone that we're supposed to go to, and on the other side is the catch card SP if you want it. Anyway, head through this warp zone right here, and continue going until you see, let's see, where is it at? That warp pipe and the warp zone in the background. Once you come to this area right here, flip to 3D, and behind this rock right here is a warp zone. Now you want to be on level with it, because if you're not, it's hard to get to if you're in 3D. That's why it's hard to travel in 3D in this area. You don't have to come back to this warp pipe right here, because basically this warp pipe just leads to a coin room in that big meteor rock thing. So this is just a bunch of coins if you really want it. And like always, you can flip to 3D to get extra coins. If you want coins, there's some coins for you. So now we're just gonna head back to the front of this area. And I'm just gonna use a shroom shake here, just for extra energy in case we get hit along the way. And this is actually the end of this chapter. So now we're just going to head over here, and we're going to hit the block, like always, and it's the end of chapter.